Oh, you're showing
That is,
them your
what is
photo.
that? Is that a photo album?
It's a photo book, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom and dad picked me up.
Yeah. Where were you born?
China.
In China.
You were born in China?
China?
What brought you guys to St. Jude? So when did you first walk through those doors?
So we kind of have a pretty interesting story. We knew when we adopted her, she had some medical needs. We thought she had hip dysplasia because one of her legs was shorter than the other, and just the way she walked. And we brought her home and got her in with orthopedist 2 weeks after we touched down in America. And she was officially diagnosed with hip dysplasia, and we had surgery scheduled for her. And they called us that night and they said, there's something wrong with her labs. It could just be because she was an orphanage. She may have some nutritional needs. Like, we just don't know what it is. So let's repeat them and see what they say. So we repeated them the next day, same results. And we're just really blessed that we have an affiliated clinic for St. Jude's not too far from us. And they got us in there by the end of the week. Like, it was like a hurry up, we need to figure this out type thing. And so we went in for an appointment. And since we have no medical history for her, we don't have family history, they figured, like, we'll just do process of elimination until we figure out what this is. And so we met with a doctor who said, you're just going to have to come in and we're going to figure it out. And as we were leaving, she said, I'd like to introduce you to the other doctor in the clinic. And that doctor just so happened, she looked at May and she looked at her labs, and she used to work for this pretty rare genetic disease called Fanconi anemia. There's a clinic in Minnesota, and she used to work there. And she said, I think she has Fanconi anemia. And sure enough, they had to do a really special blood test where they have to send a live sample off to Boston to get it tested, and came back a few weeks later. That's exactly what she has. And so after that, which is a miracle because it's not something that a lot of people know about. And the different issues that you can have that result from it, like her hip dysplasia results from her Fanconi anemia, but they're things that you wouldn't normally put together. Like some kids can have heart issues or other organs, tons of different things. So she has joint issues. So that was her hip dysplasia. And so we knew then what was going on. And basically the way to treat Fanconi anemia is with a bone marrow transplant. But we do not have family to ask for a donor, and bone marrow transplants go on tissue type. So it would be somebody that has the same ethnicity as her, and they made it. So she was the very first Fanconi anemia transplant patient at St. Jude's.
And set up shop so you guys so they can do that for other children that need it in the future, which is so incredible.
Yeah, since everything went so well for her and her transplant, and she's doing so well, they are already talking about doing their second Fanconi anemia transplant in the future.
That's amazing.
That's so special.
Without that clinic and without that doctor and without St. Jude's, I don't know where we would be. And if she had stayed in China, I don't even know if she'd be with us today. So it's just kind of a miracle.
Everything's meant to be. Those are the St. Jude moments that they never cease to amaze me. And there's not a moment that you talk about St. Jude, meet someone who's been treated at St. Jude, meet a family that's been touched by St. Jude. You can walk the campus and you just, everywhere you turn are St. Jude, those magical St. Jude moments. And they're so blessed. And it's just like to hear those things and the network, the greater network, and how the doctors all over the world are working together to save lives. And it's just like, to me, it's miraculous.
Our doctors are our heroes. They fought tooth and nail to get that approval, and to get that approval quickly, to do her transplant there, to come up with a protocol so that she could be transplanted. And I mean, it was such a blessing. And when we went into transplant, I mean, it was time. Like, I don't think we could have waited another month. So, and they were just so gracious and so loving. They treated us like family.
Yeah.
Every day, they were genuinely concerned. They took on extra shifts. They stayed late. They came in early because they knew her and they knew what she needed, and they wanted to make sure that she was getting what she needed. So they worked tirelessly. Took home.
I can't even imagine as a mom how much gratitude you have, because I get overwhelmed just thinking about it, knowing that someone is caring for your child the way that you would care for them, and when you need it most.
For
Nice
sure.
to meet you guys. See ya.
You.
Okay.
Some kids.
Bye.